Evening everyone, how are we doing tonight? Hope we're all well. You'll have to let me know how things sound tonight because we haven't streamed 17 before, so we might have to adjust a few volumes and things on here. So who have we got in chat then? Hello IRT Gaming. I'll get here in the end, just need a little bit of patience. Hi DJ, SG, Alexander, how are we all doing? So, we've come back to FS17 for tonight. Evening Milton, how are we doing? So as you all know, we've been watching, I've been playing Thuringian Oberland in 19. But this was originally an FS15 map. So as I've never had 15, we've had to skip that one and we've gone to 17. So we're going to have a look around here tonight and see what the differences are between the two versions. And there's a lot of them. So straight away we'll have a look around the farmyard and see what we can find. So if we come straight in here, hey GD. So straight in the yard here, we've got this shed. On the 19 version this is the root crop store. 17 we've just got an empty barn here. So I've just locked my mouse wheel off so I don't keep putting myself up and down on here. So straight away there's one big difference, no root store there, just a barn. Still got the same fill points in here, so liquid fertiliser, seed, digital readout on there. So on this one we actually have to fill it up. Not too bad, thanks Milton. So whereas on, trust me, you got scrolling info across the top of the screen for it. On 19 this is a buy point, on 17 this is a storage point. Something a bit different. Does that mean that the seed functions the same then? Yeah, so we have to fill the seed one up on 17 as well, so they're not actually fill buy points, they're ones for us to fill up. That would explain why we've got this cover beside it on 19 which doesn't work. That's some bright coloured seed. Hey Dal, you're welcome to TB test and SG. Used to hate doing that. So on 19 this is our farm silo. So exactly the same on 17, but we actually have opening doors on it. Doors all function okay here. Water tank in there. Driller's in there as well. So all these doors do not work on the 19 version of the game. So you gained extra shed space here which is usable. So if these all function here, they should be our pig sheds. Which look a bit different to they do in the new version of the map. So all this bit is actually missing, troughs and everything are missing on the 19 version, so you can't actually have pigs on that. It's not too bad then, SG. Makes change to be able to come to the buildings and find that everything moves. Of quite sure what this little device is here. Whether we've got a feed mixer for the pig food there, I don't know. No, I would say a TMR mixer by the looks of that. Silage, forage, straw, etc. That's not pig food, not with that mix. So already a couple of different features in the yard. Is that because of the horns, SG? So just storage in here. No hidden technology in this building. So pretty standard starting kit for 17 with the case combine, that trailer and the hurlerman. So we have silage over here, I believe. So already several differences to what we haven't seen on the other map. I think I've grown a bit in height. Let's try again. Coming up the top here, got our cow building. It's a completely different layout to what we had in 19 with the buildings up here. Milking machine up here, I believe. Yeah, so milking machine hidden up the top there. VF will get around to getting it sorted eventually. See, the yard is laid out, although the building's the same except the cow yard, it's laid out slightly differently with some other features in it. Different chicken sheds in the same place, but different layout of the chicken buildings. And we also have the bonus now that the gates work in the farmyard. Few extra trees dotted about the yard as well. Workshop still in the same place. So I check every building because all these extra bits they've added in. So now we actually have gates to open to get in and out of the yard. So you can see the original 15 buildings, the windows and everything. And if we just have a quick wander down here, we've got one he's added in this time. So we go around the back of it. We have something here. Looks to me like we have a sell point of some description around here. Water empty. Let's have a look at the map and see what we're looking at here. Well, that's not going to help me much. Are we dealing with a brewery or are we dealing with a bakery of some sort? I'd say bakery by that. So a sell point that we haven't got in 19. It's just something a bit different. You see it's a newer building by how the windows and everything are on it. This is the one on the right there. More detail on the buildings. Not opening doors or anything. I think I'll turn the traffic off in a moment. Got to worry about that hitting us at any point then. Just quickly whip the traffic off before we do anything else. It's taking a little while to get used to 17 again. We might as well make a start by heading down to the sheep yard. See, the ground textures in the yard are different. Don't have to worry about being hit by a train yet. You'll see why when we get somewhere else on the map. See, the tracks which are dirt tracks in 19 are actually gravel tracks in the previous version. The fields are all laid out the same though. Tracks are just as rough. Some nice sort of wildflower plants dotted here and there on this version. Still got the same archways through there and everything. Barn up here hasn't changed except there's gravel outside it and into it. And grass field here. So if you're lurking GD, you might recognise this water point. You see what I meant the other night when I sent it to you and said it's the one which has been used on here in both versions. So the sheep yard is laid out differently down here. It's a lot bigger. Still got the painted borders. Still got the auto opening doors on the shed. Get rid of here. Unfortunately, in this case, auto opening gate on the sheep yard. I think it was it Drumart had auto opening gates and things on as well. See, the sheep yard is a lot bigger. Something not quite right there though. Growth status barley? I think not. Those doors don't actually function. Neither do those ones. Tunnel up there for the train. Coming out up here, we should come out near the VGA still. They're not auto opening. So nothing too different in here than the ground textures. All the pits and everything are laid out the same way. No difference at all to the 19 version up here, apart from there's no floating cars above us. Background scenery, it looks a lot clearer on here in some respects. Pretty sure that tunnel isn't there on 19. Can't remember seeing it over there. The windmills up here, but in 19 the building is all sealed off with it. So let's have a look and see what we've got up here this time. This time the barn is all open up here. And we've got something in there. Seed master, so we can produce our own seed up here. Fertilizer, liquid, empty. Okay. So put liquid fertilizer in there and seeds. It's interesting. We'll have to have an experiment with a few of these bits on here tonight and see what we can actually do with them. If this map looks interesting enough, I might be tempted to put it onto MP. See what else we've got this way on the map. There's anything else up here? There was something in the wood on 19 up here. So we might just have a trek around the edge of this field beside us. I can remember when we've been working on this field up here, seeing something hidden in the woods. Like the look of this one, do you, Milton? I had got another 17 map loaded on there to go, but if this one looks interesting enough, we'll see if we can get this one up on there this time. So, what's interesting, the map boundary isn't this close in 19. There's definitely something concrete pad-wise in there. And a house in this bit on 19. There's one little change there. So we might have to have a look at 19 and just see what is in there. We'll see if we can get lost in the woods. It should be safer if we follow a track. Certainly better with the gravel tracks on here. What did you think to it, Paul? Welcome along, by the way. Did sort of mention doing a comparison video, but I thought this might be a better way of doing it. Just have a good look around the map without trying to squeeze it into a certain time frame. Again, this wood is all tracked out on here as well. Looks like it's certainly got a lot going for it. I sort of looked the other night, I weren't too sure with all the blurry decor down by the houses, so I didn't look too far. So, again, track back down to the BGO is all gravelled on here. Field prices, I think, are just as extortionate on here. Another sell point in here. This is the one I want to use when we done our mashed potato harvest on the other one, because this is one which takes potatoes, or does on 19. So we are up at that one, which I'm not going to try and pronounce. It's interesting. On 19, this one only takes potatoes, and that's it. Right, just so you know where grass seed is on here, because I have the Modding Welt Lexions installed on here, which do grass seed as a crop. We'll get back to that little lot at the back there afterwards. Evening, Brendan, how are we doing? I did try and load seasons on here the other night, and it will run it, but leaves don't fall off things, unfortunately. So if we come down here, still got the mobile phone mast. It's all closed off. Same caravan and heap of wood in here. So nothing too different around this way. I'm good, thanks. We will go up sort of in front of us eventually. Field 3, just have to remind myself which one that is. Yeah, one of the smaller ones. There's that beloved field we done the potatoes on. Talking of potatoes, there's some. So we'll go head down this way. So I'll go up to where the sugar beet factory is as well. I'll just sort of go on a bit of a circuit down here first. Another field of potatoes. Spoiling me on here now. So this one on the right here, there isn't too much to it in 19. I think we've got a lot here in 17. So we have a weighbridge. Ones with weighbridges usually feature other things. Pellet master. It's interesting. Feed pellets for animals, maybe? Greenery, molasses feed pellets. It's not beeped at me this time to tell me anything how it has in the past. If I was going to guess, I would say that was a feed mixer. So does that mean we've got a tanker for molasses somewhere? Something to have a look at. So clamps there, I'm not sure if they're functioning or not. Yep, so functioning silage clamps here. Well, that one behind us is anyway. So let's go down near the river which swallows vultures. Bakery there we just had a look at. No differences down this bit. There was something I'm trying to get to down here. So the first field we done corn in the other night. There's a shed in the corner of it. I think we need to have a look and see what this shed is about. So there's an example of where 19 is better. Look at the water textures here in 17. It's just like a little bit of fog along the ground. What they've used there. We'll head down to this building, which we know in 19 is all closed off and we can't get into it. For those that can remember my first look on here, this bit on the end is all sunk into the ground. That isn't the case this time. We've got a hopper here with a conveyor belt in it, which means there's got to be an opening door here somewhere. So water. So we need water down here. There's something hidden up in the shed. Just put that back up so we can have a look. we have something else in here. What have we got this time? Okay. Translation, please. I have no idea what that is because that's not been translated. Are we looking at wood chips of some sort, or so we'll come and have a go with a couple of these and have a look and see what we can do. I think that's going to have to be done. Either I need to learn German very fast, like in the next 10 minutes. I think we can cut around that side. If we can't, we're about to. We don't need roads where we're going. We have a Defender. It makes its own roads. Be they in the field or on the grass. Just down the edge of the map here. Nothing too subtle about how that's disguised in there. Those who watched my Northstone Farm first look will know I drove into the map boundary without realising. That's interesting, Milton. So what's that thing making then? Water and potatoes. So one might find out. Kind of why I've put in £20 million on here originally, so we can try a few of these things and just have a look. So we're down near the garden centre here. A few little frame rate issues there, which I can't actually put the FPS up on the screen because for some reason it won't let me unlock the developer controls on here. So we've got a few bits in the garden centre again. So wool sell point as in 19. Let's have a go around the back here. That's something different. Swimming pool. Is it deep? Not really. No, I'll be able to get out of it probably. Incur that one. Might be Milton. We might just borrow a Tektron and try a few spuds in there. Compost maker down here. Do you have the compost master? Water. So we know in 19 we've actually got herbicide buy point down here. Sell point for grass, hay, straw, compost and something else. Starting to get used to having shuttle control back again now. Could be GD. Like I say, we'll have a go at it and see what we can find. Well, this obviously produces something as well. Not quite sure what. Neither does map by the looks of it. It produces something. So this is a sell point in 19. Wheat and barley. Translation skills, please, Milton. I don't quite know what the bottom one milk is it? So I'll have a few experiments on here tonight. So the game is on the normal settings at the moment, on the difficulty levels. I keep remembering, if we want to see what fields cost, we've got to do it the old way now. So there we go. So we've got missions on fields, £387,218 for that one. Flour, okay. We'll have an experiment there. This could be a case of just trying to find out what things do on there. We'll have to have a couple of lorries and trailers just to run stuff about, try things out. Evening, Stephen, how are we doing? Still the slurry point up here by the looks of it. Let's head up this way and have a look at the other village. There's a few more differences up here. It's where the game pauses. There is autosave running on here. So we have the sell point we've been using an awful lot. Don't think we could get in there, Milton, unfortunately. So what have we got up here? Presuming that these are just places we can fill up water, or not really sure. We have a big blue exclamation mark over here. If there's big blue exclamation marks, I think we have to play with them, don't we? We also have a train here. Do I press the big blue exclamation mark? Let me know if I should press that. So we've got our building over here, which we can get in. Ooh. What have we got over here? Grass, hay, silage, straw. Whatever that says. Sugar beet and potatoes. Sunflowers, rape. Don't know the bottom one. Wheat, barley, maize. I would hazard to guess that this side is swine. I'd say that's pig food. And TMR that side. So we've got animal food production in this shed up here. You're about the same place I am, GD, except I got there about 10 seconds ahead of you, I think. So auto opening gates up here. So we have a look, we have a opening and closing time, so we can guess what happens at 8 PM. The gate shut. I'd also guess that that's why these gates wouldn't function in 19, because they don't have a trigger on them. They just open and close at a certain time of day. There's something you haven't done the scripting for. Let's go and press the big blue lever. Away goes the train. So you can't actually drive the trains, but we can outrun them and see where they go after a point. They disappear off the map. So do we if we're not careful. We'll try that trick. Let's have a look at what else we've got up this corner. Already found out once tonight what happens if you go in somewhere after the closing time or before the opening time, so I don't need to try that on this map. got another railway line here into the woodyard. So we know there's a woodyard down near the farm, so we just have to presume that the other train will find its way up there. Another opening gate. Nothing showing up there. The train's coming back. The train's obviously going off somewhere where you can deliver or pick up grain from. Evening Abdu, hope I pronounced your name right there. Into the beet factory here. So we have a point of some description here. Nothing coming up there. Okay. Just have a bit of an explore around the buildings. Big silos. I'd say they're not functioning doors, no. Let's come through this way. So we've got the same detail in the sugar beet intake here. So we know that's where we tip the sugar beet. We have a water point there as well this time, and another point over here. So I'm going to guess one of these is for sugar and one for molasses maybe. Still got the fiery furnace over there. There we go. Sugar pallet. Right, so we put the sugar in there, do we? That's where we pick the sugar up from, so put molasses in there and water. Okay. So we need to fill the food place up with water on there. Yeah, I think that's molasses is going to come out one of these two places we've looked at over here. We will have a look through the selling points list shortly and see what's in there as to what we think might come from where. So we know this is the biomass area. So chalk stroke lime over there. Is this map still getting your interest, Milton? Is there nothing on here? They're not opening doors. Let's carry on with our little look up around the village area here, shall we? So shop is there. No differences really, I don't think. As we're at the landing, we'll just have a quick wander. There's still all the auto doors and everything. Another auto door there, which we just got pinned behind this time. The door really doesn't like me there. Go around this way instead. Might not get pinned by the door then. Just the workshop through here. Nothing of any difference in here really, except the spawn points do function up here better. Typical Land Road reversal light is a bit dodgy on it. So we know on the left here in 19 we have a big dairy now after I placed one there, but otherwise there's a big grass field. We have something completely different. Anyone for biodiesel? So we have a refinery here this time. I believe Daggerwin might have used a placeable one of these on Green River in 17. There we go. So digestate forage, we can get out here some rape milk for the cattle. All we need to put in there is oilseed rape. So I think we'll combine some oilseed rape just to test this one out. Have a look at what else we've got lying about up here, building wise. So we make our own diesel, that saves money. Digestate there and cattle cake up here. To explain why such a big large flat area of grass with some interesting slopes down into it in 19. So we still have the dairy up here. So we're at the milk cell point. Because this did not function in 19, as you'll remember, why I had to place that other one. It's a lot tighter with buildings up here. So we have 2 more cell points in here somewhere. I think we have bunny rabbits here. Static bunny rabbits. It looks like they've been doing what bunny rabbits do best by what's in this one. Baby bunnies. What do we buy here then? Anything, or do we sell something? Looks like we sell something there. We'll go through all these sell points in a moment anyway. Can we squeeze through this way? So what is that one a sell point for? Dairy products of some sort, I would say. There's a sell point bit on the other side of it. There's some butter manufacturing or something somewhere on here. Evening, Nathan. It looks like we have a very productive FS17 version of my Thuringian Oberland map. That's what we have here. Lots and lots of bits on it. So we're into the old brewery up here. Is it a coincidence that you happen to come up here as we get to the brewery, Nathan? Did you sense we're near a beer manufacturer or something? Ugh. Pilsner. So, beer manufacturer. I think we'll be bringing some barley up here. And some water. Be wrong of us not to test the beer manufacturer out, really, wouldn't it? I think the first one we really need to test is that one down near the yard. What takes potatoes? They're into the orchard on here, Nathan. Not that I've seen. So there's one more clamp we need to take a look at. This track extends around this way this time. We know in 19 this is a non-functioning clamp. In 17 it's a fully functioning clamp. So we've got lots of silage clamps on this map. Let's just go through the sell points then and see what we've actually got here. So I have absolutely no idea what they translate to. But as for sellable products, they're all our standard ones. So, sugar, flour, bread, beer, molasses. There's some good money to be made in some of these. So I'll try a few of these out. Especially bread down there. So I would say that some of them are more buy point or sell points for bread than they are for other things. So these four here. That one's a restaurant, so bread, beer, potatoes makes sense. Quite why a restaurant wants grass seed, I have no idea. Wheat and barley. But these ones are just taking the other products. Interesting. So we're going to head to the shop now. Time to do some experimenting. See what we can find. Trying to roll the Land Rover. So we need a big potato harvester. Marker post. We also need a field of potatoes, which conveniently is one not far from that potato place. Those gates are closed. Now, one question, am I allowed to cheat to move the machinery around the map easier for tonight? Will you guys let me cheat tonight rather than driving things around the map to make it easier? Alright, let's find a field of potatoes. So that thing is down the bottom of 10. We want field 11 then to start with. Obviously we'll sell the fields as soon as we've done a little bit on them. So I'll just temporarily buy the odd field here and there for experimental reasons. Don't want to get told off, Milton. So we have the Tektron back. Boy, could we have done with these the other day. I did notice someone's now ported the Tektron across to 19, but I haven't tried it yet. So we're going to need a trailer to go with that. I think we'll use my slightly tweaked trailer. It might have had its load capacity tweaked. And a fast tractor to go on the front of it. That should be quick enough. This will be one of our experimental tractors. I need to just remember I've got big water tankers installed as well. If I've got one installed for the lorry, it would be very useful. Otherwise we'll have to have another fast track to do it with one of these ones. So definitely haven't got any lorry ones in there. So I have two tractors about to move them with. That should give us a good start on testing one or two bits out. So by magic of teleportation, if I remember to install that one, we are about to prepare in field 11. So I'll only use that mod for tonight just to get us about quicker to try as many things out as we can. these aren't ready to harvest. That will be in a minute. Field 11. Am I missing something here? Could be if the potato harvester was working, Milton. We know the fields should be ready to harvest. No? It's not ready to harvest. Interesting. Okay. That one is. So it's not letting me put them onto the stage to harvest. We're back to having mod harvesters in here. So we just have to have a quick detour with the harvester across the road. Unfortunately we can't sell the fields again on this one. Another bonus in 19's favour, that one is. It's a very threatening looking skies on here. Used to get nervous when potato harvest if we saw a sky like that. Usually meant we're about to get rained off. Let's try this again, shall we? Don't try it with loaded bale trailers, Paul, unless they're auto-load ones. You will leave the load behind as you teleport with them. So, obviously this map isn't going to be played properly, this is just to test things. So we'll stick that on the helper across there while we get the water tank filled up. Find a water fill point. So we have a fire station up here. But they don't do anything. Nope. I've no idea what that is. Just sell diesel up here. So let's see if we can find a water point. run all the way down to the sheep because I can cure it if not. You've got all these hydrants everywhere on here, I'm not sure if they're usable or not. But we should find out in a moment. Nothing showing up about filling there. So we've got the animal dealers over the back here as well, which does function now. We've got the woodyard here. We just have to slightly cheat with the water to save running about all over the map to get it. If I remember to install it, that is. Okay, no we're not, because I forgot to install that bit. So I know where there's a pond up this way we can have a look at. I think where the nearest water tank was to here as well. There's one at the garden centre, there's one in the yard, there's one at the sheep. I think we head down the garden centre direction with this. See if we can fill the tanker up. Don't know how much water some of these things hold, but we'll find out shortly. That one didn't need any. Brewery needed some. What was that up behind there that we didn't look at? What is that up behind there we didn't look at? Certainly something tucked up the back here. Might have to have a little trip up there. Apparently the help has finished harvesting that field of potatoes. Okay, those are delicate disposition, look away now. Yeah, okay. New, novel. Fertilizer production. So that takes water as well. Interesting. That's where we get charged an absolute fortune for water, I imagine. If we can refill here. That's not a refill point for water. Evening without, how are we doing? Okay, we need to find a water source somewhere. Sure, the sheep yard can't be the only one on here. Yeah, exactly, Milton. Right, we have a water source there. Not what I was expecting to see tucked up around the back there. Was that one? I might have been going a little bit too far for an FS map somehow. Okay. Too far in. Let's try again. There we go, we're filling up this time. Well, that's not right, without. Where are ours? Oh, good hair, thanks. Well, these potatoes aren't yielding very well. Ours done much better the other week. Glad we got the big tractor on that tanker. Tanker's fairly rattly for a trailer. No, you can't really sort of do that sort of thing too much these days, can you, Milton? Certain people get upset with it. I'll just take a quick detour down here. Let's get to this one. Put some water in here. So it's not registering that to empty there. Just saw the empty logo flash up there. I'll empty that in the same place as the other then. You and me both, Milton. Not a good subject to get me started on in here. That one. There we go. So, that won't let us unload water there. That's picking up as an unload trigger. there either. There's one more place to try. Okay, where do we put water into this thing? Or will it not accept water? Let's have a look. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Milton. I haven't got that installed. I don't think. Not on here anyway. The other thing I'll just try is put potatoes in first. Could be wrong in that it actually produces water and not needs it, shall we say. Just get whatever's in there at the moment. Also need to find a field of sugar beet which is ready to harvest. Is that all we've got so far? I'll have to do. So what do you think, Milton? Put this on the server? Have a look. Just put the 19 one on there a few times if that had gone. Once we're back to this issue for 17. Yes, I know we wouldn't run through the field like this in real life. Just experimenting at the moment. Actually wondering is if, with this, if we need the in-game water tankers for it to recognise it, they won't recognise mod ones, because we had a pig food silo like that in 17 as well, didn't we? So we've got potatoes in there now. I'm just going to do a little experiment here. This one. Just get the in-game water tanker. As if we're short of money to try this. And a tractor to put on the front of it. We're not going to run the tractors about too much from down here. Got one or two in here. What I'll do if I put on a server, Milton, is make the mod list public so you can download them off there. There may be one or two on there which are not standard mods, shall we say. So I'll have a 6, 9, 10. Do a bit of magic again to get us down there. We want to be down here somewhere. Right, we can sort that one. Do you have any of the DLCs for 17, Milton? Like the Coon one? Right, so we can fill that for the big one. That's not going to tip there either. That's the one I don't have, unfortunately. So it's not going to register from there either. Let's do the older. Actually, I can't do F5 because I couldn't activate the developer controls on here. That's not going to help. So we need to put some water in there from somewhere. Right, I'll be back in a moment or two. I just have to hide the screen for a moment. We're going to try something. So it might take a few minutes just to do this. Depends how quick my computer is at the moment. So I'm pretty sure I have the Universal Tanker, the Universal Tanker pack installed but not activated. Just have to mute the desktop a minute. Yeah, I've got that, so we'll just install that and start again. Alright, let's try again then. Universal Technology, here we go. Right, so because we're Try and remember which ones I've got installed on here, which I can actually use. If this one don't work, I don't know how we fill them up. Right, let's try this again then. A nice collection of machinery down this corner at the minute. Just put a little bit in this one this time. I don't have ideas here. Anyone have any ideas how to get water into this thing? Put us in the vent, yep. Let's move this vent out of the way a bit. Getting a bit cramped down here. Definitely water tank. We're filling, so we have to do separator start to do that. So we now have water in there and we have potatoes in there. So you're right, Milton, we do need this universal pack. So How can water be empty? We've just put water in it. It's even telling us there's water in it. Okay. Try putting some more water in there. Oh, it's running now. It's actually decided it's going to run. It's woken up. Interesting. What are we getting here? It's a potato something. Don't quite know what it's doing to the potatoes in there, but it's doing something to them. Peeling them. It's a potato washer and peeler by the looks of it. So that's something interesting. Washing machine for potatoes. So we'll leave that thing running. We'll fill up the universal tanker again. This time we'll fill it right up because we're obviously going to need this for all the points on the map. Go and fill a few more of these up. Probably swap the Massey for the Fent, I would imagine. Because the Fent is a bit quicker. The sugar beet factory needed some water and the brewery needed water. Bakery needs water as well. Let's go around that way and have a look. I think we've got some grain in stock if we want to have a play with that. We need to get some flour as well. So that's another sell point there for something. So I'm guessing this needs some water. Yep. We'll make our way up there slowly, Milton. So put some water in the bakery. Now now we'll head up to the brewery, the beet factory, and do them as well. Then we want some liquid fertiliser on board. So we need to try out the Seed Master. Has stopped again. Oh, that's such a problem at the moment. Yeah, that didn't need water, that needed liquid first, so we need this tanker empty before we can do that. I think from memory. Do the beet factory on the way past rather than turn around and come back. I have to get some sugar beet from somewhere. I'm wondering, all these hydrants around here, no, we can't connect to them. Just curious what all these fire hydrants are for dotted about. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Milton. I know quite a bit about seed treatment, that's one of the ones I teach. One of the pesticide ones I actually teach people on. Okay, we'll ignore the fact the pipe is going through the wall. Put some water in there. So now we need some sugar beet in there as well. Just have to find a field of sugar beet which is ready to harvest, and a big harvester. I've got a 12-row header installed at the moment though. I've got the ropers on there though, and the holmers. Obviously the most water's got to go into the brewery. a field of sugar beet opposite the brewery. When they're ready to harvest, we'll find out. As you know, if I put this on the server, we're going to need the universal tankers with it. Okay, so that isn't connecting pipes up this time. I should have water up here, but we've not got barley. We need barley. Right, have we got any barley in store? Save us buying some. Yes. That's handy. Get rid of that change HUDs thing off here. That irritates me, that one. We have a mission for the fast track. Very important mission for the fast track. 2 in fact. Need to get some wheat to the bakery. I think it takes it there. Just check as we go past. Actually need in here. Flour. Whatever the bottom one is. Brot. I have no idea on that one. Over to you, Milton. Your translation skills, please. We've got to fill the diesel tank up down here, so we want some barley. Loaf, right. Bread then, okay, so that's the output, that bottom one, I guess. Alright, let's go take this up to that very important little establishment at the top of the map. Just remember not to TARDIS teleport the modern world Lexians. I learnt that the hard way before. They don't like it. They do silly things. So what he's done in 19 is changed some of his manufacturing points into sell points. Chances of that being on here very slim, Milton. Presume we just tip it in the normal place in here. So money's not going up, so I ain't selling it, it's just putting it straight in the mullings. Ah, not seen them, Milton. So we now have barley up here and we have water up here. That should mean actually function, or is that decoration? There we go. It's just registered we put stuff in it, or should have done. We had this issue with the potatoes, didn't we, where it didn't register to start with. So I'll come back in a second to look like, because I took a few seconds before to twig everything. So we need to see what else is ready to harvest up this way, what we can have a go at. That field of sugar beet is, that field of barley is. Just have a little shopping spree again. I suppose we might as well just do it as a... Actually, we can't come in this. She can't unload the damn things. I forgot that bit. So used to 19 where we can nick stuff off the harvesters. Forgot we can't do that in 17. So we need a little bit of sugar beet now. Hi Rabbit Man, how are we doing? See if we can get some molasses manufacturing as well. Let's go and get some of this sugar beet lifted so we can get the sugar beet factory working. I think we're going to have some fun with this on the server somehow. Set this off on a helper as well. I'm not too worried which direction it goes in as long as it goes. Ooh, look what we have here, Milton. We have beer. It's working. Not much yet, but we still have beer. Okay. You are not going that way. No way. We'll find a better direction for that heading. It's not certainly going this short direction. Hey SG, welcome back. Right, I'll just leave you watching the help for a minute. I'll just nip and feed my little four-legged hound. I should be back in a second. Buster is my Springer Spaniel, Milton. Fortunately, Rabbit Man, no one makes potato halves with a wider header in real life. They're as big as they get in this country. Right, let's get our fast track back. Get some sugar beet. Sort of starting everywhere on this map, but that's just to try things out. You can see what I'm capable of doing with this map, really. Should be enough sugar beet in there to get the sugar factory going. I think we're going to need a forklift in various places on there though. I do have one I prepared earlier. That should be enough to get the beet factory going. I need to have a look, see if we've got a field of canola ready to harvest anywhere. So we've got the potato washer going, we've got the brewery going. We now go get the beet factory going. We get the seed master going. Tip sugar beet in here. We should be able to start sugar production. I would guess anyway. Anything else for sugar production, do we? What's technically known as a Heinz 57 then, Milton? Bit of this, bit of that, and several different varieties mixed in for good measure. Well, that security guard hasn't got anything interesting there like Hoff-Bergman's one has. Field there, but that's soybean, unfortunately, and we don't want soybean. Let's have a go at this field instead. We now own fields everywhere on here. So I daren't TARDIS teleport them. I know what happened before when I done that trick. The grain tank's done very funny things on them. Go for the New Holland at the moment. Would have used the Lexians, so they've got actually the heads are the same size, so it wouldn't make much difference. Look at that. Hey Shauna, how are we doing? Alright, time for another little magic trick. And that's the weird bit. Grain tanks all close up again. So this time we'll get this set up for the Seed Master. Set this off on the help and we'll get some liquid fertiliser in the universal tanker to take up there. Quite know what you're doing, but you'll have a go anyway. Let's try that again. Maybe not, because the tank has still got how much water is coming out of that. Could do with that being empty at the moment. Alright, so that's empty. Plenty of water in for the brewery now. Surprised they didn't put an orchard on here, really. Wrong one. Try again. Well, we picked a field of barley with the combine, not wheat. That ain't gonna matter too much. We need some liquid fert. Let's have a look what we've got. I think I've got some liquid fert mods installed. So it's 2,400 for 1,000 litres, but I've got a cheap mod one here. That should be enough to start the Seed Master off, I hope. So I'll see about getting this map uploaded to my server. See what we can go from there. Oh yes, Milton. Can't be without cider. Pear cider's quite nice as well. Mind you, there's other things we can produce from potatoes as well, of an alcoholic nature. Might be akin to paint stripper if you get it wrong though. It could be quite explosive if it still goes wrong. So the roads are actually out of alignment in this version as well, so it's not something peculiar to the 19 version of the map, which is interesting. Can't remember what else we need in this. Fertilizer going in. It's taking all of that. Now we need to bring some barley up here. Will the windmill take barley as well? I'm presuming that's where the flour is manufactured. Looks like we need to deal with the sugar beet harvester first. That's the one, Milton. Potato vodka. Fill up. I'm going to get a load of sugar beet, take into the factory. My combine fills up. I was thinking you're fairly happy with the mill actually doing sugar beet harvest on here for once, not potatoes. So this trailer has been modified slightly. So it takes a bit more than it's supposed to. Quite a bit more, I mean a lot more than it should have standard. Still doesn't load properly though, with a big gap at the back. be careful this time coming out ahead. Mark opposed. See if the beak factory is producing yet. I don't know what's produced where up here. Gosh, you make some interesting spirits out of this stuff as well, apparently. Don't do that sort of thing, Milton. Not allowed stills in the garden. Breaking the law. If you do too big a quantity. We've got pallets of sugar being produced over there. It's got plenty of sugar beet in stock now. This load off the combine. I'll take up the Seedmaster. Probably the last thing we do on here tonight as well. So I've got a couple of bits I need to sort out before bedtime. That should be enough to get the Seedmaster going, I'd have thought. I know we shouldn't be doing this, but we're going to do it anyway. So far we've tested the potato washer, the brewery, the sugar beet factory. We're now testing the Seedmaster. Get this tipped in the Seedmaster, see if that starts working. I think that's where we'll finish for tonight then. I am planning on going again tomorrow night. It's whether we come back onto Hare or if we go on to the 19 version. I'm going for your input on that one. must have really got you interested then, Milton, if you want to install that again. So we can tip into there. I'm going to tip into here first. If there's anything left in the trailer, we'll then put it into the windmill. That'll take it. Keep forgetting about the shuttle control on there. Let's just see if we can put this into the windmill. Probably took more on the seed master, but I just want to try this. See if this is a sell point or whether it's actually going to mill stuff. Sell point. Just shows how much is missing from this map in 19. Right. What's the seed master telling us? Grain empty. I don't think so. Fertilizer's only just over half full. Grain is 10,000. So let's hope this thing wakes up. So just tab down to some of the others and see how they're doing. So there's still a lot of noise down here. So we got a full tub of spuds there. 1800 litres of washed potatoes. What is the price difference of washed potatoes to normal then? So the normal ones are 3.22. Ooh, that's a big price difference. We're over £2,000, 1,000 litres for that stuff. That's worth doing. Have we got anything up for brewery at the minute? No. Oh well. I know we are going to need. I've got to remember where it is on here. You'll need one of them. If not 2 or 3 of them. Rightly, the key binder's the wrong way around on this. Yeah, down is up and up is down. Might as well drive that over to the beet factory. Just wondering what appears at this other roller table in here. Ah, we have a container of something here. What do we have there? molasses, I guess, isn't it? That is syrup. There's also a water fill point there. Interesting. A pallet of sugar over here. This thing is active now. Our screens are lit up. So we obviously have to load this with water as well as interesting. Let's go and have a look at our seed machine again. See if we've got seed being produced. We have. That's interesting. Doesn't make bags of seed. I have a feeling this trailer might be too big for them both to try and do. We may need a smaller one, but we will see. Yeah, I thought that's what that meant, Milton. Get out for set automatic charging. There we go. So if I get out, does that mean it fills up by itself? Ah. So that should automatically fill the trailer as it produces seed. It's a nice little touch. So that pallet of sugar we have over here, which is now 68% loaded. So a pallet of sugar is worth £2,500. Molasses a similar amount, so that's not a bad little sum if we can get onto it. So the question is, where do we get the flour produced? There's obviously somewhere on there we take flour or wheat to be milled. I wonder, the one down here somewhere, down here, not that one, in the wrong place again, no, that's a sell point again. Time to do a quick sprint. I know where I want to be. I think this is our mill. Yeah. To put our wheat or barley in here. And it produces flour. I guess. Could be wrong, but it'll be the first time I've been wrong about something. And I guess the pallets of flour appear around the back here. That's what we then take to the bakery. But that's where I think I'm going to leave it for tonight. So I will see if we come back onto this one tomorrow night or 19. I thought it might be Milton. So some of that will depend on what you guys have to say to me, either in Discord or messages beneath, whether I come back on here or go into 19. But for now, that's where we'll leave it. So I'll say thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this little revisit to FS17, and I will see you next time. Goodbye for now.